Hi, I'm Penny and this is my channel. I did say that today I was going to do a video about the Elder Scrolls Online and all the information that we already know about it, but unfortunately, or fortunately possibly, something else came up to talk about, so I figured I'd talk about that today instead, since it is a relevant current piece of news. So sometime over the next few days I'll do my Elder Scrolls video, but today I wanted to talk about Game Australia. So if you guys remember, a while ago, earlier this year, Game UK, the company, the games retailer, went into administration and they went bankrupt pretty much. That company ended up being okay because someone else bought Game UK, so it all turned out okay for Game UK. But Game Australia today, just today, Monday, has gone into administration as well. So Game Australia is bankrupt. It couldn't have really come at a worse time for Game because tomorrow is like one of the biggest releases of the year, Diablo 3 obviously, so it is a really bad time, and it's even worse for the, not just the customers but also the employees of Game because they're in administration now, because they are bankrupt. All the customers who have pre-ordered games at Game, so if they've pre-ordered Diablo 3, they've pre-ordered the collector's edition, they're so excited. Some of the stores aren't getting stock, and those stores aren't getting pre-orders refunded either, which is a huge blow to everyone who's pre-ordered the game and is so excited. Like, people only just found out today. They found out today if, like, they're not getting their game tomorrow, and that's really... it's just terrible. The thing that shocked me the most was the fact that they can legally say, yeah, so your game isn't here, but we're also not refunding your pre-order. Like, this was boggling my mind. I had no idea how that could even be legal and allowed. So I talked with my housemate because he's smarter than me, and I asked him what it meant and how they were legally allowed to not, refund the money for the game that isn't here. And he explained to me, so basically, because they're in administration, they obviously have no extra money to give back. And in this situation, normally when a company is in administration, the people who've put money into the company become the creditors, and those people don't get the money back. So in this situation, apparently the pre-order customers have become the creditors to Game Australia. Which, so legally, I guess it makes sense in a really weird way, but in this situation it's just so weird and it just shouldn't be allowed. And I feel like there's a couple of things that Game really should have done to prevent this horrible... It's a really bad situation, and there's a couple of things they really should have done to help this out. The first thing being that they should have at least had some sort of sign, or, when a customer signs their pre-order or gives the money into a pre-order, there should be at least some tiny piece of paperwork that just says, by doing this you are becoming a creditor to the company should the company become bankrupt. That would solve it, because at least then the poor employees who are working tomorrow, I feel so bad for them. They can say, look, I know you're upset, but if you'll read your receipt you'll see that, you were legally, this could happen legally. That it's bad, but it could have saved them a little bit, I think, from the backlash that this is going to cause. The second thing they could have done is not taken pre-orders once they realised this was a possibility. I mean, Game UK went down in January. I mean, they're okay now because they were purchased by a different owner, I think. But, that was probably a warning sign to Game Australia. And I feel so bad for... Apparently, I heard from someone on, I think it was Kotaku, was saying that their game store this weekend was really pushing pre-orders, like this just past weekend, so the last 2 days. And this can't have been a shock. They can't have just woken up one day and been like, oh, Game has no money. Like, they really shouldn't have been taking pre-orders knowing that this was a situation that could happen, and it's just a couple of bad decisions, I think, and the backlash is going to be terrible. If Game Australia ever gets back on its feet, it's not going to have the same customer base that it used to have, because this is like, personally, this has really turned me off shopping at Game. I don't know, it doesn't seem like very good service, and personally I wouldn't feel very financially safe putting money down on the pre-order there. No. It is just really, really upsetting to know that there's people who have pre-ordered their collector's editions that they can no longer get at Game. They've put down the entire deposit. They've put down like 150, I'm not even sure what the collector's is worth there, but they've put down all this money. They'll turn up tomorrow. The employees will say, look, I'm sorry, but we've got no game and we can't refund your deposit, so I'm sorry. It's just a really bad situation, and there's not a lot that can be done about it. So this has been a kind of depressing video, I just realised, so I'm sorry. I hope none of you guys have had this situation happen to you. I hope that none of you have ordered a game and received news that your copy won't be there tomorrow. I really hope, because happy Diablo 3 Eve, I guess, so hopefully you guys will all be able to play tomorrow if you are playing Diablo 3. And to anyone out there who did pre-order a game and won't be getting their copy, I'm so sorry, and I feel really bad for you, and I'm so sorry. Anyway, that is all that I had to talk about today. Just figured I'd make a video since I have this camera now and I can just take it away and make videos whenever I want, which is great. so I will get a video up about the Elder Scrolls Online sometime this week in the next 2 days, and I will see you guys when that video goes up. Bye!